figure out what the heck is going on here.
Well,
we're aboard the ship. Shouldn't we maybe explore the rest? We could see what happened.
Well,
Is there a lifeboat?
Yeah, I pull up my map. I pull up my map of the ship, and I make sure I've got it right side up this time, and see what's kind of closest to us that we maybe have not ventured to yet.
Yeah, lifeboat would be good.
So we established previously that the power is basically out, right? Or
Right.
no?
Correct.
Except for the elevator.
Except for the elevator. So some of the systems are online, some aren't.
We may be able to, if there isn't a shuttle of some sort, we could potentially manually open the bay doors to.
Well, I was also thinking if we can try to get some sort of external sensors up, we can find out just what the hell happened to the profit margin.
So should engineering be our next
I think that's where we need to go.
stop? Yeah, I think engineering might be our next stop.
Yep.
So while they're talking, I'm going to pop the seal on my hazard suit really quick, throw a pill in, and then seal it back up again.
All right.
Like it was never open.
Do we know this?
My stress goes down by 1. I took a pain pill.
Fair. Touche, man. All right.
You do realize, sir, you'll have to be quarantined.
So according to the diagram of the ship layout, when you are standing at the access port that you came through, if you go opposite the way of the lift, there's a entrance into what appears to be the cargo bay, which you actually went by originally, right? You kind of went down to the right, and then there's a longer corridor, and you guys went into the cryo chamber where a lot of the cryo beds were and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So you could continue, and then across from the cryo chamber is another entrance that looks like goes into the cargo hold, and then it continues to go further down the corridor.
Well, if the cargo hold is the first area that we're approaching that we've not previously explored, I'm going to suggest we go in there.
You're in front.
All right. I lead us in there with my SMG at the ready.
Okay.
Like you basically don't want to leave something behind us that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Yep, keep an eye behind us.
Okay.
So I walk in. What do my eyeballs pick up?
Lark, what are you doing?
I'm following Agda.
Okay. Dirt?
I am following, but I am trying to fall towards the back of the group.
All right.
And I just want to observe, and I want to try and keep any hostility between the crew members at bay. That still upset me.
Okay. Dr. Timms?
I am hanging back by Dirt because Dirt went further up the list of people in the party that I'm scared of, and Buford, is higher now. So I'm standing next to Dirt at the moment.
Hey, God made dirt, and dirt don't hurt. So you don't need to be afraid of dirt.
Jackson, what are you doing?
I am actually going to be standing by Buford, and I'm going to be slipping him a $5 that I won off of Eric's bet earlier.
Cool.
All right. So the entrance to the cargo bay is not unlike, is similar to all the rest of the entrances. I'm going to need a strength check from you, Agda, to open that up. All the doors are not functioning properly and are manually having to be opened.
Do I get to add my military training to this role?
No. Your military training is... I appreciate the negotiation.
I'll come up and I'll actually lend you my crowbar.
Yeah. It's a success anyways.
Okay.
Yeah. Ogda, ma'am, for future reference, we do have grenades.
Very true. Thank you, Buford.
Nope.
I managed to get the door open.
Okay. You break open the seal, and move the door aside. And as you look into the cargo hold, there's flickerings of light from the fluorescents that are hanging. Some of are obviously off their support, kind of canted, flickering on and off. There is no steady light. Kind of a slow strobe effect. There are earth movers that you see. They're kind of the skeleton walking things that you would see in a similar type of environment. You could probably picture that in your head. Some with obvious laser cutters, if you've ever been in logistics and moving cargo and ships holds. There's cranes. Then there are, along the wall, alongside conventional tools, there's picks and shovels. And then there's also a variety of gear for managing like terrain and rations, which include like parkas, vac suits, mag boots. And then there is but what you don't really notice is any weapons. And that's for Dr. Timms, you probably would know that because it's a research vessel. That's not wholly uncommon. The Marines are probably thrown off a little bit. Like, what? No weapons? This whole freaking wall should be full of, blaster rifles. And then there's something that catches your eye, Agda, and the rest of the party. There's a piece of something in the middle of the cargo hold. It looks as though it's made out of twisted metal, steel alloy. Not quite sure the makeup. If you could put your fingers on it, it might be something similar to iron, carbon, tungsten, cobalt. And as the light flickers, you could see it bounce off this black, strange, probably 8-10 feet. Actually, and then you blink and it's more like 3 feet wide, 5 feet high, and 2 feet thick. And it seems as though it might replicate some type of statue with jointed, twisted limbs entwined with screaming faces adorned with eyeballs when the light hits it just right.
I'm going to go ahead and put on my my goggles and take a bioscanner and see if there's anything that's alive in that area.
Okay.
And while that's happening, I'm specifically interested in the dark, shadowy corners where something might be hidden. So I'm walking around, looking behind crates, and just making sure that this area actually is clear.
Okay.
And I'm watching the door behind.
I'm grabbing a pair of mag boots that I walked by.
Okay.
Hey,
no problem.
Agda.
They look cool.
Agda, you want a stim pack?
Hit me. Rolls up her sleeve.
Would you like me to roll for it, or would you like to roll for it?
That's a sleeve on your vac suit.
Exactly.
As you enter the room, making your way towards the certain areas, you notice that there are broken pieces of cargo crate that kind of are strewn about, and they all seem to be kind of in a radius around this object. If you had to put 2 and 2 together, which I will allow you to do, you could probably make out the fact that all this has been blown out from this object, as if it was in a crate and the crate just blew up and spread its kind of remains throughout the cargo hold. As you look around, you can make out 6 dead crew members that are near the object. What would have been in a I'm sorry. There are 6 crew members that are kneeling around this object with their hands and foreheads touching it.
Like they're praying to it?
Are they moving at all, or do they look like they've been placed there? Are they like...
There is no sign of movement.
I'll clear him back, ma'am. How about you?
The Dirt would like to check for fluttering eyes.
To do that, you really have to get pretty close because it's essentially they're leaning up into this thing as they're kneeling, have their hands extended.
I'd wait for the rest of the crew to see what they're doing, but if nobody moves, then he would just walk up and not touch anybody or anything, but like bend over and inspect the eyeballs, see if they're fluttering.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put on my reach around, put on my mag boots as well, and start walking up with my hand welder to try to see if I can cut through whatever this thing is, if it's metal.
And at this point, I think I've done a full perimeter of the room, looking behind crates and stuff. Do I feel like I've got this area secured?
Yeah, it appears that you, Agda, with your diligent marine training and clearing rooms, you realize that there doesn't seem to be an immediate threat there. It doesn't seem to be any other people in the room, nothing that would come out. It seems to be, quote unquote, clear for you, other than this weird object.
Is there another entrance or exit to this room other than the one we came through?
There is. So if you were to go across the room, there's actually this is a second. Bear with me. There we go. That makes it easier. There is an exit directly down the right-hand side wall. So when you come into the room, the entrance, the entryway is really in the corner of this cargo bay. So as you look to your left, it opens up quite a bit, and then to the right, it's kind of a wall that runs all the way down. And along that wall is an exit hatch.
Based on the schematics of the ship that we were following, do we know what's behind there?
You would guess that would come out into that corridor. There's also cargo bay doors on the far left side wall that would probably be used to be loading the actual cargo bay from the external, from the outside.
So for now, I'll station myself by this other door.
Which door, Agda? The internal?
Yes.
Okay.
So in theory, this area could open up to vacuum.
Yes. So the cargo bay doors would be to the outside, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead
I don't want to go out there.
No,
put our vac suits on.
I don't have a vac suit.
I think Tim's is the only one.
There's a vac suit. There's a vac suit over there on the table, right next to the mag boots I just picked up.
You can get your very own vac suit.
So
I think
who's looking at this object?
So I'm going up to it with my hand welder to try to see if I can kind of cut it with the hand welder and see if since it looks like it's metal.
Lark, what are you doing?
I'm wondering why he's trying to cut something off of this creepy sculpture.
Fair enough. Dirt?
But I'm interested.
I don't care about the statues. I'm just trying to see if these guys have any fluttering eyeballs.
Okay. Dr. Timms?
I'm just asking Agda if she really wants the stim pack because I need her to take her glove off if she does.
Yes, please.
Since you guys are all in the room, kind of making your way through it, everybody give me a sanity check.
Please make it Tim's.
Come on, Timms. Don't let me down, buddy.
I made it by 2 this time.
Damn it.
Nice. Made it.
I rolled a 2.
I'm all good.
Everybody that failed, take 1 point of stress, please.
Made it by 10.
Buford, I think, is going to be the hardest one to crush in this game. I don't know why. I just got this feeling.
Can I finish administering to Agda?
Yes.
Okay.
And also, just reminded everybody, in case you forgot, if you fail and it's doubles, you should let Sean know.
Yes.
Right.
Please.
Right.
Remember, doubles are good and bad.
Agda, your strength and fighting are both 10 higher for the next 4 hours.
Nice.
Whoa.
Doctor, shouldn't you be scanning this thing? Are those people alive?
I'm busy handing out drugs. Now I can scan something. But first, I needed to hand out drugs.
First things first.
I'm just feeling pumped and ready for some more action. Ready to move on to the next room.
So Jackson, you make your way up to the object, and you've got your laser cutter all out in your hand. Anybody else going to do anything before Jackson goes to town on this?
I'm covering Jackson with my gun.
Okay.
I will scan the bodies that are.
I'm checking for eyeball movement.
I'm gonna give them a minute, but as soon as I get like the all clear from Agda, I'm going to want to continue on to engineering because I don't see anything useful in this room.
Okay.
There's some mag boots and a vac suit over there.
I'm wearing a vac suit and mag boots.
Also, do we know is the quicker way to get to engineering through the door that I'm currently guarding, or is it through the door we came through?
You could go out the far, down the right wall, out that into the corridor, and it would be closer to engineering.
Okay, so the door I'm guarding now is closer to engineering.
Correct. Yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep.
Is there any reason for me to roll to scan, or am I just picking up random information off of these bodies?
They're dead. You get no life signs off this.
So yeah, I'm just recording whatever I can record with the bioscanner for later analysis.
Fair enough. Lark, you're going to make your way to engineering?
I'm going to...
I mean, I'll lead the way to engineering, but I'm waiting until the group is ready to get moving.
Yeah, I'm going to let the three curious people do their experiments and give them just a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to urge them to, hey guys.
Yeah.
Can I grab
scanners?
Can I grab the vac suit?
And Agda's going to say, our project is neat and all, but time's ticking. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, Tim's, you should probably suit up because we don't know if we're going to continue to have, air.
It's good. It's good. I like air. Air is good.
I found it essential in my life.
Dirt, what about you?
I'm still looking at, I'm still trying to find any fluttering eyeballs.
Okay.
I kind of don't want to change into the vac suit while we're still in the area that could just like open up at some point in time and suck us all outside.
If you want to grab it and scoot, we can do that.
Yeah. I kind of want to change once we're in an area with a little bit more security here.
Okay. All right. Are we ready to get moving, or we got some more work to do in here?
I'm trying to cut that thing. What happens to when I go with my laser cutter? Anything? Is it able to cut this thing?
So you're going to attempt to actually cut into this object?
Correct.
Oh, interesting.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? Like
metal guts filling out.
Yeah, tell me about the fluttering eyeballs first, because as soon as I don't see any, I'm out of there.
You don't see anything, Dirt, at this point.
All right, I'm going.
Yeah.
I joined the group standing at the door.
Yep. Nope, you don't see anything.
Now we're all...
And I've got my vac suit on as well, just in case doing this opens up the bay doors.
Come on, Dane. Gotta go.
Right. Good call. Smart.
What could happen?
Dane. Gotta go. Gotta go, buddy. Dane. Come on.
Let's see. So as you start to cut at the item, you seem to be making a little bit of progress from the outside and where you're sitting there, Jackson, but it seems to not be. I mean, it's not cutting through butter, which is a little strange, given your background. It doesn't. You'd think it'd be doing more.
Right.
Making more progress. It's like taking 10 times the amount to cut anything. It does cut, but it's longer timing, more effort than what you've been used to.
Does it look like this thing's strapped down at all, or is it just sitting there?
It seems to be sitting there, almost like on a pedestal of some kind.
All right. I want to see if we can. I say I'm not having any luck cutting into this thing, everybody. I want to see if we can get these bay doors open and see if it'll jettison that out into space.
Can I change first?
Let's engineering.
Dane, I'd put that lower on our list of priorities at the moment. I think we need to get moving.
Well, let's seal this up then and make sure nobody comes in, because this thing's really weird. It's not acting like any metal I've ever seen.
Dr. Timms, you might want to add to your notes that these bodies here did not have any fluttering eyeballs.
Yeah, I got it recorded.
All right.
These are normal corpses. Come on. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
So Ogda's going to go ahead and pry open this next door.
Okay.
Anybody want to help me pry this thing open?
Give me a strength check.
I'll hand you my crowbar.
Remember, you're stronger now.
I'm stronger now. And I've got Dane helping me, and I've got Lark's crowbar. So how does this affect everything?
Crowbar is +5 for mechanical repair.
Yeah, roll with an advantage, obviously, with the assistance with the crowbar. And yeah.
I rolled a 91 followed by a 92.
What?
The +5% help?
You're like on the wrong side of the door. You're like, it should just move this way. I don't know.
Ogda, you're having the muscle twitches from the.
Just too strong.
You just need to breathe in a little bit. Do the meditation thing. That should stabilize the twitches.
Open it with your mind powers.
For whatever reason,
don't get her to meditate. We'll be here hours.
For whatever reason, all the doors seem to go from like left to right, and Ogda grabs this one on the right hand side and it's like pulling and pulling. Is it going anywhere? Does anybody else want to take a chance at it?
This way won't work. We got to go back the way we came.
With my strength score, I'm willing to walk around the other way.
Let me see that crowbar. I grab the crowbar and I just stick it in the door. And let's see, I get a 21. I succeed.
Oh.
Jackson breaks it open. After Ogda said it wasn't able to be open.
She loosened it for
I loosened it for you.
Ogda, I appreciate your help. You're always so very helpful.
Damn right. All right.
Door opens, corridor goes right, which would have been towards the airlock that you guys originally came in. And you could see the door to the cryo chamber. And then it goes left. And there is a airlock or a door there at the end.
Can the door be manually sealed?
Hey, guys, can I get naked first?
Yeah, sure. You can get naked in the hallway here. So while he's getting naked, is that doorway to engineering?
It is.
Can we seal the door we just came out of? Manually?
We can probably try to close it at least. I mean, we have welders. We can try welding it shut if we think it's necessary, but there are other doors.
There are other doors.
You could do whatever you want.
And I'm just like, what are you guys freaking out about? It's this creepy looking statue. We've got other things to be worried about.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and take the lead and go into engineering. It's kind of my space.
You know, I got to open that door.
Open that door.
Yeah.
Is it jammed shut as well?
They're not all jammed. They're just all closed, and there's no electronic. Hey, man, it's like power steering is out, dude. No power steering.
Walking up, acting like he's gonna open it without me loosening it up first. I stand back and I cross.
So I put my crowbar in, I pop it open, and it's just like a professional pop. It's almost like I just jimmied a car door open. It went so smooth.
Okay. It opens up, and you are in the engine drive room.
All right, what do I see?
Well, you see consoles, you see a couple power generators, all the stuff that would make the ship go.
Is any of it appear to be active, or is it all kind of dark?
All seems dark at the moment.
I'll go to one of the consoles and see if I can fiddle around with it a little bit and see if I can get it to come to life.
Okay.
Using my computer skills.
All right. Go ahead and give me some computer skills.
And I'm doing the full perimeter check, checking all the shadows and corners and things like that.
Sounds good, Ogda.
Looking up, looking down.
I'm looking for a light switch.
I mean, we have headlamps for what it's worth.
No luck with the computers.
No luck with the computers. Anybody have engineering? Nobody gone deep?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Might come in handy in this area, just saying.
Yep.
Okay.
I have computers and vehicle specialization, but I don't think this is a freighter necessarily.
Nah.
Yeah, I actually do have engineering as one of my skills. I'm
Probably
expert
want to
level.
use that, Jackson. That's a little bit higher, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
38. That'll make it.
Okay. So as you assess the situation from one of the consoles, you can realize that they're let's see. The engines seem to be fine, but the jump drive has been burned out.
Okay.
There are, let's see, Agda. You realize that there are Agda and Buford. What are you doing?
I'm bringing up the rear and making sure nothing's creeping up on in back of us.
Okay,
Watching Tim's change.
fair enough. Agda and Buford.
Keeping them covered.
Yeah, you thought the eyes were creepy.
Boy, the
Ogden-
things you see when you haven't got it. Oh, I do have a gun.
Agda and Buford, you, as you are guys, are kind of scanning the room and making sure that it's clear. You realize there are two bodies slumped in a corner of the engine room.
Are there any other doors in or out?
There is no other doors. Well, no, that's not necessarily true. I think. Bear with me.
Hey, Doc, 2 stiffies over here.
Hey, Bert, you want to check their eyelids?
That's my next course of action.
Is Dr. Tim's over there?
No, he's still getting changed.
There is one door in the room, but it's not it's not similar to the doors you guys have exited and entered. It's more of like an internal. It's not a bulkhead door.
Okay. Dane, where does the store lead?
Up to pull it up on my schematic.
Okay. Looks like just another part of engineering, probably another room with, engine propulsion.
Dane, you want to stay in this room or should we go check out the next one?
Let me mess around here a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and walk back to that other door and see if I can pop it open.
And while we're here, I'll med scan the bodies just so that I'm getting as much data as possible.
Yep. Bodies are dead as doornails.
What
Covering
about
the
the
dock.
eyelids?
Not wholly unsimilar to dissimilar from the
not-
others.
I critically succeed at the popping the door open.
Okay. So
You
this
open
one,
every door on the ship.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Including the airlock.
so this one goes into a room. There's a few containers, cylinders, kind of bends around to the right, and it looks like there's mechanical engine that's there. So this would be kind of an access panel for an engineer to work specifically on one of the right. See, I'm not a ship guy, right? Starboard.
Starboard.
Right, starboard port engine, and there's another door probably on the other side that would give you access to the port side engine.
So does the do they look like any of the parts or anything there look like anything that would be able to potentially help us fix the jump drive?
Give me an engineering check.
I have scavenging if that helps.
Yeah, I'll
I
take
do.
scavenging.
Yeah,
Sure.
I've got that as well.
And also, here's where my
23.
game comes in. Since Dane got a critical success on his opening doors, does that mean he's kind of figured out the trick of it and now has advantage on them moving forward?
I will accept that argument.
I got a
Jeff goes.
49 on scavenging. I needed a 47.
I got a 23. I'm good.
Spent
Is
2
there-
points of luck.
Is there any ID? Is there any ID on the bodies?
There's their kind of stenciled uniforms. Yes.
Okay, are they engineers or?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
You
They're
given
medics.
they're medics in the engineering room. It appears that they are probably, they're kind of an engineering garb, kind of, God, what do we call them in the military? CVC, which is like,
Overalls?
yeah, they're
Jumpsuit?
they're like coveralls. Yeah.
Okay.
There is what you guys. There is 12 fuel units remaining. And if you were to even consider wanting to offload them, it would take 8 hours.
To where?
No, exactly.
You're like,
I'm gonna
oh, fuel
offload
units. We should offload them. I'm like, yep. Might as well just answer that question right now.
Well, if
Sorry,
we
what?
could get thrusters up, that might help, but we should try to get an idea of what's going on outside the ship before we do anything else.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get any basic systems running in engineering.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides, moving stuff, that's a union job. So that's a Teamster's job.
And Tim's, have you been able to figure out how these people died, cause of death?
So far, I have lots and lots of data.
Some microbe.
If you can give me one of those fancy hologram tables, I can do like a virtual autopsy.
Got a blade? You can do the old-fashioned kind.
You see, okay, here's the thing. When you open up a body, stuff comes out.
That's what the suit's for. got nothing for that, do you?
Buford's just way too willing to open things up,
I'm a Marine.
even when they're squishy.
I'm gonna trust the guy with the medical degree with the medical stuff.
Not sure that's a safe bet, but that's all right.
What are my options?
What do you mean? The guy is self-medicating.
Well,
Hey,
yeah,
not just himself.
there's no one else here to give me drugs.
He brought enough for everyone.
Oh, okay.
It's true. If anybody needs any pain pills.
So
Okay.
in this area there is a hall door. Jackson. So the one area that you guys went into, there is a hall door. You would suspect that behind that would be one of the engine, like literally one of the engine components, like
Okay.
the engine to the starboard area.
I'm going to pop it open and take a quick look and see if I see anything obvious that it's been damaged or tampered with.
All right, give me a strength check.
I look over at Ogden. I'm like,
Needs help with the pickle jar.
Agda walks over, flexes her guns a little bit,
Of course.
gives it a little shot herself. Oh yeah, pop that baby open.
Opens up. Sure enough, kind of a big cylinder-looking thing. It's got a like a smaller cylinder coupled into a larger cylinder. Wiring on the outside. It's obviously one of the engines. It looks intact. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. There's no bodies or people in here, and it's a relatively well. The compartment's a decent size, but it's filled with this big mechanical object. So there's really not.
and I don't see anything that's been look like it's obviously been tampered with or anything like that.
No. Even
Okay.
if you crawled in there and started looking around, it seems as though everything is intact. There isn't any signs of tampering.
Okay. And I was not able to get any of the systems diagnostics up and running at all. Correct? At the panel.
Did you fail your engineering check? You did, didn't you?
No, I made the engineering check.
Oh, you did? So you can probably fire up the engines,
Okay.
but that's kind of about it. They're going to be pretty limited in what they can do, but you can get this thing to move.
Yeah, let's not
I'm-
move the ship yet.
Would that turn on the computer system?
So yes, he could feasibly get some. So Jackson, you've determined that you could probably get some minor systems
Okay.
up and running, including nav and probably helm more than anything.
Okay. Perfect.
And so
yeah, I
you
was
could-
saying I can get some basic systems up and running, guys, and we can possibly navigate our way back to the Alexis.
All right. Do we have any sort of
you're
external
on the
sensors,
Alexis.
though, so we know what's
Or
going
sorry,
on?
to the profit margin.
Right.
Can navigate to ourselves.
Well, no, what I mean is it's cool that we can steer it. I'm looking forward to doing that. I just we need to also know what something happened out there to the profit margin. I would like to know what it is before we go after them, if at all possible.
I still want to know what happened to everybody on this ship.
I'm going to go ahead and turn on all the systems and get them activated so that we can then we can at least have some additional light. Hopefully doors will open. And it'll make us at least searching a little bit easier as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. So you hit a couple things and you hear the engines fire up. The whole ship seems to hum.
Way to go, baby! And I give it a nice pat on the engine. I shut the panel, and I'm like, "Okay, guys, let's continue searching."
Okay, do we have gravity now?
Yeah, you've had gravity for the most part. I think.
Okay, so why was that?
Maybe
why is that thing floating around then?
It's just Buford.
What thing's floating around?
He's the only one floating around.
Here's that statue thing in the next room over.
I'm going to see if I can go ahead and have access to the cargo bay panel on the cargo bay doors. I'm going to see if I can open up the cargo bay doors and jettison whatever the hell that thing was out in space as we're walking by.
Okay.
Hey, now that the engines are running, can I use my field recorder to check radiation levels just to be on the safe side?
Sure.
Would you like me to roll for that, or is that just going to pop up?
I would say that it's yeah, give me a roll.
Okay. This will be fun.
All my film went dark.
I failed.
Yeah.
It's not one of my specialties.
Maybe there's a pathogen, maybe there's radiation.
There's stuff in the air.
The whole world of possibility.
What is is that a dog?
That's a dog.
Whose dog is that?
Mine. Sorry. Go, boy.
Oh, is that
Go.
Curtis's dog?
I assume that was the sound we were hearing on the ship.
I wanted to see the dog.
There we go.
That sounds like a dog I think I have, but she doesn't bark as much.
Come on, go.
Well, she wants some love, Curtis. Give him some love, would you?
That's he.
What's he's name?
Kolohe.
Clawhead?
Which is Kolohe. It's Hawaiian for rascal, and he is.
Okay. So, recap. Engines are up. There seems to be minor systems going. Lark, what are you doing?
I'm continuing with the group. Where are we going? Where would we be able to see if we have any sort of external sensors? Would that be back in the command center with the dead androids?
Yeah, that's where typically a lot of the stuff like navigating the ship and things of that nature is going to take place. Jackson in the engineering space can man the engines and make sure everything's running smoothly. But
and that's also presumably where we would get the captain, the ship logs.
Yeah.
Correct.
It might be a good area to clear out. I mean, like, we should just drag all those bodies out and put them somewhere else.
Yeah. The twitchy bodies, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So,
you first.
Is there something that generates fire on this science vessel? You know, like something you might carry and then pull a trigger and then shoot flames at something.
I was thinking we might be able to find an oven.
Generally, starting open fires on a spacecraft is discouraged.
I know, but also having twitching bodies is discouraged. Although I have a theory. I do have a theory now. I'm feeling better about this theory the more I talk to myself about it. But seeing the bodies is different than having a theory about it.
Does your theory require us to keep the bodies? Because I think I can make everybody happy. We go up to the bridge, we move the bodies into the cargo bay. Dane can jettison them out into space like he's been wanting to do for this entire time. And then we will be on the bridge and have helm control and hopefully be able to see what's going on.
And half an android.
And Lark, do you want us to scope out the rest of the ship before we do this, or do you want to head straight to the command center?
Well, that is a good question. What's left for us to see? Because I feel like we've seen most of this level.
I'll ask Dane to check his map, and what does that mean for us, Sean? How much have we not explored yet?
Yeah, there's a whole nother level to the ship you guys haven't checked out.
Is this level thoroughly explored?
This one's, this one's you didn't hit the front end. The port, starboard, aft.
4.
I don't know. Just say front end because I don't know what any of that stuff.
The front end.
The star nose.
Or deck.
Good point, Agda. Since there's a couple of levels to go through, let's finish this one up, go level by level, and make our way back up to the helm.
All right.
So if Jackson shares his info and says, hey, here's the schematics of the ship, if you're on this level and you go all the way forward, then you're probably going to hit like this, the science lab, and then you would have the entire, because when you came onto the ship, you didn't go left. Everything has been up or right. Right.
Okay.
So then.
So we are.
Yep.
So we're heading to the kind of the bow of the ship, then that side.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So
one question: is there an auxiliary control?
As far as like piloting the ship, Buford,
Or at least getting into the sensors and such?
most of it's from the bridge.
Okay.
Command
How about
center.
the science center?
Yeah. Science lab, that's more probably for. I mean, it's an archaeology ship, so that's where the laboratory probably is, and scientific instruments, things of that nature.
Okay.
They may.
Scanning the artifacts.
Yep. It's not to be mistaken for the med bay, which is on another level.
And does that mean that we're continuing forward, or that we're turning back and backtracking?
You would you're at the end of the ship, right? You're in the engine bay.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
So everything from this point is forward,
It's forward.
right?
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
So Buford, are you taking the lead?
Forward or up, Agda.
Okay, I'll take the lead.
Yeah, Buford's now taking the lead, and we're going forward.
Yeah, let's go level by level and make our way up to the bridge that way.
Okay. Is everybody together or dirt? Like, are you
I'm
venturing off on
following
your
him,
own?
but I wanna try and fall back. I wanna try and listen for that knocking noise I heard earlier.
Dirt can fall back.
Anything out of the ordinary?
Agda will not let anybody fall behind her because she's watching the rear.
I'll be like Agda, and I'll like shh, and then I'll hold my hand up and listen for it as I slowly walk forward. But if I don't hear anything, I just keep going.
I can't imagine we're all that quiet with our mag boots on.
Yeah, that's why I was slowing down.
Click.
I'll listen in between footsteps.
Clomp. You guys make your way out of the engine room, and then there's the long corridor down. And if you follow that all the way down, you eventually get to where you came on board. There's the lift that's right across from that entrance, and then there is a kind of comes to a T up above or ahead of you. And so there are 2 doors to your left and right. They are not bulkhead doors, but just normal doors. And then there is a bulkhead door. When I say bulkhead, they're usually the big superstructure doors between certain units of the ship, right? So there's 2 doors to the left and right, and then there's a big bulkhead door to your front. Now, according to this, in front of you, you would have it's probably the science lab behind the big bulkhead door.
Dr. Timms, I believe this is your area.
And I'm not an archaeologist, but sure.
Which way, left or right?
You're more sciencey than the rest of us.
Left, right, or straight?
Oh, well,
The big door.
The science lab's straight through the bulkhead door.
Science lab sounds like fun.
Promising.
I thought we were clearing the deck.
I found an alien.
Oh my god.
If
It's
we pass
phasing
the
in and
door,
out.
if we pass the doors, that means we've got areas that we've left behind us.
So do we want to check out the left and right then before going into the new one? Is that what you're saying?
I would suggest so.
We
That's
have 2
fine.
Marines and 2 doors.
That's what I was just
perfect.
gonna say. 2 Marines and 2 doors. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we want to
I go
spend all
left.
4 Marines at once?
I go left.
All right.
I'm still keeping up the rear.
Okay. So, yeah, Buford's checking the left door then.
Buford, this door is kind of like a door to a room, so it's a little easier to just kind of pull across. It's not a bulkhead
Door
door.
leads into a room. That's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
I know.
And we have lights, right? In
Yes.
such now.
Base room.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb now that I think about it. So this is it's a smaller room, probably more of like a 15 by 15 room, and there is a mirror in it's a cabin for the most part, what you've can assess. There's a mirror in the cabin, and there seems to be something draped over the mirror. There's a locker and a bunk. And that's the bunk, locker, mirror of some kind.
Okay, open the locker.
And then there's a body.
Oh. Last
I'm gonna-
thing.
Did I
I'm gonna
leave
check
that
the
out?
body for fluttering.
Oh, you already went in there? Oh, okay.
Okay, check the body. Dead first.
Yes.
Okay, open the cabinet or the locker.
The locker. Okay. Inside the locker, you see what appears to be a lavish chess set. So there's pieces of a chess set and a board. There is looks like a rectangular box, probably an inch thick. Cardboard in makeup.
Oh, okay.
And then there are some other things in the bottom of the locker.
Okay, but nothing untoward, nothing strange.
I guess it depends on how you define strange.
Yeah. Okay, uncover the mirror.
Okay. So the mirror is covered with what appears to be a shirt. Like as if it was thrown onto it.
Okay. No strange things in the mirror or anything, like something on the wall behind me.
No. I mean, let me rephrase that. It wasn't just tossed on it. It seems as though it was pulled onto the mirror, as if it was like
Okay.
a freestanding mirror and somebody literally put a t-shirt on the mirror and pulled it down.
Okay, I pulled the t-shirt off.
Okay. And it just appears to be a normal mirror.
Okay. All clear. Let's go the other door.
All right. So since I'm standing in the hallway protecting this door, I'll go ahead and lead our way into the next door.
Okay. As you do that, and you're exiting the quarters with that individual, the sounds, seems to be scraping on metal. It seems to be echoing through the ship.
Got my gun and I'm
That's the engines, right?
see where the
But
sound
it's
coming from.
louder this time.
Where's it coming from?
You're not sure. It seems to be echoing. If you were to listen, you can't determine whether it's coming down a corridor. You can't determine it's coming from behind you or in front of you. Could be coming through the ventilation system. Your best guess is that whatever it is, the dynamics of the ship and the ventilation and some of the Jeffrey tubes through the ship have the sound kind of going through and dispersing throughout.
Are these ventilation systems man-sized?
They are relatively small, but they could fit, a person that could crawl through them. I mean, you could get into a 4-point stance and make your way through some of these. So it's big enough to carry a human.
Yeah, like an android.
If after a moment or two I don't see anything, I'm going to go ahead and go through this door.
As you're exiting Buford that quarters, you see that body starting to twitch.
Just so you know, I was watching the body for twitching.
You see that, Dirt. It's happening right in front of you.
I'm just imagining Dirtless starting to do that with like us and getting really close to our faces, touching our eyelids.
Dirt is on foot. Watch.
This is a meta question, but is Dirt experiencing that same kind of
Tingling? Yeah. Yeah.
If I experience that tingling at the same time the bodies are twitching, I'd be looking around to see if, because last time it happened, there was like an argument breaking out. So I'd be making sure that everybody was okay, and I think I'm just nervous.
Hey, Dirt, you seem a little on edge. Is something wrong?
Oh, the body's twitching again. Of course there's something
Yeah,
normal.
Yeah, I get it, but you seem more upset than normal.
Well, I'm waiting for the fight to break out again. Because I've got that same feeling in my system.
That's what I'm trying to get down to. You're feeling something right now, right?
Yeah, I'm all twitchy because
cybernetic scanner.
Yeah.
You're not programmed for psychicness.
So I pulled out the cybernetic scanner to scan our android as he's feeling this twitchy feeling.
Okay. You bring out the scanner, and as you bring out the scanner, you're scanning Dirt.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just standing there watching these two.
Sure. Everything seems okay. The body's twitching. The eyelids open, and then the eyeballs are moving around.
Still feeling it, Dirt?
Searching through the room.
I keep looking at the body. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's just the body. I think the body's making me nervous.
I cover the head with the t-shirt.
Have you ever felt this way before?
Last time everybody was arguing.
Okay, but like not before we've been on this ship.
Well,
Tim's
I haven't been around that long.
Tim's, you're getting a reading. It seems a little strange. It doesn't seem too far off, but there's maybe it's an electromagnetic interference. You're not quite sure. You do a diagnostic on the device, and it seems to be working properly. But there's nothing physically wrong with Dirt. All his systems to be checking out. All lights come back green, but there's just, it's like running, you come in, stick a thermometer in somebody's butt, and it's like, you got a like 99-degree temperature, but it's not too bad.
So you hit the on-off switch.
I will.
That's where the switch is at.
I will intentionally not look at the body that is still twitching, but I'm going to say, hey, guys, this was my theory. People that haven't been dead for that long, everything that animates us is electrical pulses that goes through our nerve endings. If they haven't been gone long enough, or if they've been preserved by the environment here on the ship, it is possible there's certain electromagnetic pulses that maybe are sending twitches from their brains into the body.
Tim's monologue is abruptly interjected by a loud noise. It's like imagine long fingernails scraping along a metal surface. Not a chalkboard, but a metal surface. Just
was that
scraping
one of your electrical pulses?
So
that I don't know about.
Then there's a screech that just comes out throughout everywhere, louder than anything you've ever heard since you've been on the ship. Just this.
I'm gonna poke the body and stand up.
Let's not be in the corridor now.
Yeah, Agda opens up the door that to the next room, and is looking in as she enters.
Okay. It's a similar size room to the quarters you just came out of. And this appears to have, you're not quite sure, Agda. Jackson, if you take a peek in, Do you take
Yep.
a peek? You look in there, and it looks as though it's a life support.
Everyone, get in, quick.
And,
So-
and
Can we all fit?
you could all fit. It's going to be a little tight, but you could fit in there. It's kind of like going into a small quarters.
I think we might just clown car this one.
Okay. As you do that,
In battle armor.
Jackson, as you assess that, give me a engineering check.
And Lark, you want me to close the door, or you want me to keep it open with guns pointed?
I think it's probably better if you can see what's coming, don't you?
Sure. All right. So
I used to be able to spell engineering.
Yeah, Lark, I thought there were no life signs on this ship.
That's what I thought.
So what in the hell was that?
Maybe it's Pandor trying to crawl his way to us.
Holy shit. How strong are you, androids?
Well, we don't all have strength, but we can probably continue to move.
You know what? I have a theory.
Hmm.
That statue that I tried to cut into, something had caused it to
Float?
like massive vibrations or something blew out away from that statue and broke open whatever box it was in. If that thing's sending out pulse waves, that could be what we're hearing.
Yeah, see, like I said, electromagnetic pulses reacting with the nerve endings. That's what I said.
But we now have power, right, engineer?
For now.
Let's
That-
space it.
Should we abandon this plan to continue checking all the decks and just get right to headquarters and for the main, not headquarters, to the
bridge.
bridge
Well,
and open up the cargo bay?
we
Yeah,
amend the
that's what
plan
we
to
need to do.
space things. And
So if
then-
we got up to the bridge, we should be able to open the cargo bay doors there, right? I'm assuming. Is that a thing we would know?
It is accurate to know that in order to open the cargo bay doors, there would be a method from the bridge/command center.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Agda, if you're fine with leaving the middle deck unexplored, let's just get our asses up to the bridge.
All right.
Okay.
I'm
Heading
good
forward.
with that.
Buford, do you want us both to take the front this time, or should one of us take the rear?
Which way did the sound come from, or was it just everywhere at once?
It sounded like it was from everywhere.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint, Buford.
Uh,
You've got your
I'd say
suit
I'd say
on.
stay-
You've got your suit on, and it's a louder noise, and
Yeah.
it seems to be echoing through the ship.
Yeah, I'd say stay in the back since we pretty much know that there's some. Actually, hold. Let the rest of them go forward. We'll take up the back since we already know that the way forward so far is clear.
The only
It
thing
was at one time.
the only thing you have
I
not
feel like
checked.
Lark likes that idea, so based on that, Ogda will take the fore, and Buford can take the rear.
Okay.
The only thing that you have not checked is the most forward bulkhead door.
And
that-
from the diagram, we think that's science lab.
correct.
I'm okay with not checking the science lab.
Yeah, it's just nerd stuff. Let's get up to the bridge.
Jackson, give me an engineering roll. Jackson.
So we're gonna.
Jackson.
Yeah,
Give me an engineering roll, please.
I knew you were going to ask that.
Well, you are in life support as you're sitting there trying to ponder what you're doing. So I
You
figured.
know, but what if they found anything? It would be in the science bay.
12
Oh, I think-
passes.
I was
the
thinking,
cargo
where'd your-
bay.
You realize that life support's been damaged.
Awesome.
Joy.
You could notice that. I mean, without actually going, "Hey, I check out life support."
How severely damaged do I think it is?
It's gonna take some replacement parts. So if you got the replacement parts, you might be able to reinitiate life support.
All right, I'm going to say we need to split up. I need to go get some parts from engineering to repair the life support. Otherwise, we're all going to be in deep trouble, and we need to get a group to that bridge to
Well,
jettison
hold on,
whatever's
hold
in
on,
that
hold on.
cargo bay.
Aren't we all in vac suits?
We are in vac suits. How long have we been on this ship?
I would say probably
6 hours.
I'd probably say an hour and a half. It hasn't been that long.
Oh, if under normal circumstances we would have like 12 hours of air. If we're breathing heavy, it can cut it down to half. But we have several hours of air left.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to the bridge then as a group, and then we can take care of life support.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, Dirt will crack his visor and take a breath and then close it because he wants to keep that 12 hours.
Yeah.
Dirt does that. That is hilarious.
I just it's not an emergency, so I don't want, like, as far as like air goes, it's not an emergency yet. I don't want to split up if we don't have to.
If we've got air, why are our helmets still down? Wouldn't we be conserving oxygen by just leaving them up and breathing ship air until it got
We were
I
afraid
heard-
of airborne pathogens.
Yeah, I heard there were radioactive pathogens, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There is definitely the possibility that somewhere there is a pathogen that I did not detect that may be there because I'm not sure that it's not.
And you didn't have a suit on.
You had a hazard suit.
I have it on briefly. Okay, if it comes down to being naked for 5 minutes while I change into another suit or getting blasted out into a vacuum, I will put on a vac suit.
Are you having this conversation on the lift?
Yeah, have we made it to the lift?
Oh yeah, the lift's like literally
Yeah.
right around the corner.
Great. So we're on it.
Okay. So you can go up, and it would come out to the obviously the level of the command center or bridge.
So there's 3 levels to the ship.
There are, and the other one is connected. You know what? Hold on a second. I think I might have got this screwed up. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So there's a level in between the command center bridge and where you are. So you can go all the way up, or you can stop halfway.
All the way up.
All right. Go all the way up, come off the lift, and it goes left or right. If you go right, you go towards the bridge. You guys have not gone left.
Are we still hearing scratches and shrieks?
Yes. It seems to subside as you're in the lift. You make your way up, and it seems to be quiet.
All right, let's get in there. Probably first order of business would be opening the hatch in the cargo bay, although I kind of have my doubts that that's going to be enough force to get a big heavy chunk of metal to fly out, but
Doesn't need much.
I kind of disagree. That's a whole lot of mass,
A body in motion will continue in motion.
but it's not in motion.
It will be once it's spaced with that. If we don't depressurize the airlock.
The other side of that is that a body at rest tends to stay at rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the Marine Corps way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful, but not that hopeful that the air evacuating out of the cargo bay is going to be enough to force that metal out as well. It seemed fairly heavy. But it's certainly worth a try.
Yeah.
And if something is in there moving around, it might leave.
Yeah. Or we could always push it out using the exosuits.
Also, I don't know if the ship will allow us to do this, but what if we were to open up all of the doors on that level and the cargo bay doors?
Not
Section
bad.
everything out. Yeah.
I don't recall there being anything that I particularly care to save down there.
And our scans again and again show that there's no life aboard except us.
Mhm.
And whatever's making that noise.
I don't think
And the twitching bodies.
Okay,
those aren't
so
alive. It's electromagnetic pulses that are causing nerve endings to misalign signals.
Those bodies have been dead for a week.
Completely
I say that's-
scientific explanation, Dr. Tibbs.
yeah, I mean that's good enough for me. Let's open all the interior doors on that level, then blow the airlock.
This is not Dr. Tim's biology speaking. This is Dr. Tim's mind not wanting to contemplate bodies moving after they've been dead for a week.
Hey man, stop talking after you made the sale.
I'm the one screeching. They've been dead for a week.
You don't know science.
According to an android whose head you are now carrying around.
It's true. His internal chronometer could be completely off.
I think he's like 7 days off.
So you make your way to the command center in the bridge.
Yep.
Mhm.
Guns out.
Okay. The entire bridge is clear,
Clear?
Including the
Clear?
bodies.
including the bodies.
And the android remains like the
Even
everything's gone.
Pandora is gone.
Gone.
I told you that was Pandora just trying to find us.
Where's Rosencrantz and Guildenstern?
They're dead.
Yeah, no, that's gotta be. I'm with Dirt on this. I think we're dealing with some insane androids.
Yeah, that was Pandora. I don't know if he was insane. I think he was just trying to find us to maybe ask for the head of Cronit back.
I think they went crazy and it killed all the people on this ship.
I think Pander
Androids
was the
don't go
one that was
crazy.
beheaded.
And then scrub the deck clean. Good plan.
Yeah.
Are there any other ways on or off the bridge?
That's the good question. Yeah.
There is not.
Okay, great.
Are there any like signs of like drag marks, like the blood, like because if the humans were gone or the androids were gone, or like blood marks, trails?
No, spotless.
No milk spatter from the beheading before.
So it actually looks
Okay, we have power, right?
into the bodies being gone.
It does look like the sprinkler system came on.
There's no. It doesn't seem like. It's as if you came in here and there was never what you saw here before.
Are the panels still broken open? Or are they all nice and neat?
Panels are fine. There's nothing. I mean, there's no lights blinking or anything. They don't seem operational. The place looks clean.
Hey, Dirt.
Hey, Buford, can you show us that head that you've been carrying with you?
Yeah, open the sack and
You've got the head.
you still there?
It's there. Blink, blink.
Is
Hey,
it still
Dirt.
is it still clicking
Where's
as
my body?
I didn't.
still blinking?
Running diagnostic check.
I didn't think it'd be reassuring to actually see that head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Dirt, you still have a visual record of what we all saw up here before, what with the twitching bodies and the androids, right?
Yeah, here I can project it onto the wall.
Oh, please don't. I just want to make sure we weren't hallucinating.
I've hallucinated before, and it's not like this at all.
Dirt, you project it on the wall.
Yeah, I
Okay.
project the
And you
video
guys-
image on the.
You see your images walk in the room. You see Agda covering the room. You see Buford covering the room. You walk over. You see you walking over towards the console. Lark, same thing. There's no you're then there's an interaction where Tim's is checking one of the bodies, but there's nothing there. So he's crouching down, extending his hand. Comes back, brings out, the device. And then you see Buford, which is the strangest thing, pulls out a machete, vibro machete, swings at nothing, and then puts it down. Tim's and him argue, disarms him. Trank gun hits the floor.
Okay. So, Dirt
Buford
is-
picks up the head, puts it in a bag.
Aha! So there was a head.
Are we beheading things again?
No.
No.
So the bridge is empty.
Except
and
for the head.
Dirt just played back his visual record of what happened, and there was no
We didn't see anything.
bodies. So, Dirt,
Just the head.
did what we just watched actually match your recollections? Like, we came in here and nobody else was in here?
When I wasn't recording, when I saw it
Sanity
live,
Sanity
I saw
checks. Sanity checks.
Ah, man.
Amazingly, I succeeded.
Made it. Come on, Tim's.
Made it.
No,
Yes!
I blew mine.
Oh,
No.
Not.
I'm still at it. Yay!
So, like, do we like instantly die when we hit 10?
No.
No, then it's panic. Panic
Run.
sets in.
I'm at a
Tim's
6
baby.
right now.
Tim's,
I'm at 8. I'm at 8.
Tim's, did you fail?
You did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I took that extra one because he
So
failed.
far, the
Yeah.
only reason I've gained sanity is because of Tim's failing.
I've lost a couple on my own. He helped with the rest.
My sanity is like a 20.
So
That won't
I'm
take
going
me
to
long.
I'm gonna run over to Dirt and like grab his shoulders and go, "Did you stick your head in a magnet or something?"
And I will look at Tim's and see if his eyes are fluttering.
Get in really close. It could be subtle.
No, I don't see no magnetic or electromagnetic discharge
Like,
coming from
what happens
my-
when your memory gets damaged? Do you just selectively delete things, or do you lose everything? Because that's selectively losing things. It shouldn't
That's
be
not-
that way.
That's not my memory. That's a pure recording. It was
Then
held on my.
why did you project it if it's not your memory?
SSD
Where did
drive.
it come from?
Yeah.
Where did it come from? That's a very good question.
All
There's a
right,
book
Tim's.
titled that at some point.
All right, take a doctor's little helper. Calm down.
Hey,
heard that the-
we all look a little tense. I do have some
Not
pain
me.
pills.
Not me. I made my roll.
I wander over to you, Tim's, and I
If
put
you
out
have
my
any
hand.
pills that helps you calm down your nerves, I could take one.
So I still have 5 more pain pills. So I will hand out pain pills to anybody that wants them.
All right, I'll take a pain pill.
All right, there you
I'm
go.
not in any pain.
No, thank
An
you.
alert.
It's just
I'm looking at
mental anguish.
I'm looking at the head. And
There
as
might be a little bit of
saw that, right?
heart palpitations if you take this with the stem pack.
Take it,
So,
we're on the bridge.
if
We'll
you
be able
take
to
the-
jettison that thing out.
So we can try. It's pretty heavy. So the thought was if we open all of the interior doors on that level and then open the cargo bay, maybe that's enough air rushing out to push it out.
Okay.
Also, if you take a pain pill, your stress goes down by 1.
I'll take a pain pill.
I'll take one.
I'm being held together by tension right now.
Yeah, Ogda is thriving on this stress right now. It's keeping her alert.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not terribly stressed, but I'll take a pill.
Okay.
I'm
I
going down
understand.
to 7.
That's fine.
Buford.
Android is taking one.
Buford. PFC Buford.
Yes.
Running diagnostics. Clear. Check. Subroutine 421. You hear this coming from the bag.
The head. Yeah. Open the bag, pull the head out.
Okay.
Don't.
And you look at it, and it looks like a melon, muskmelon.
A talking muskmelon.
Are we all seeing a muskmelon or just Buford?
You see Buford holding
Granite? Or
a head.
Pander.
Panda?
Wait. Do we see him holding an android head
Yes.
this time?
It appears to be. So he pulls it out of the bag, and you see him.
I'm start rotating it around, going.
Yep.
This
You're like-
wasn't a melon,
you're like-
was it?
You're like thump, thump, thump. Yeah, seems ripe. Thump, thump, thump.
Dirt, can you project a live feed onto the wall, please?
Well, my live feed will have like a 30 nanosecond delay because it's not actually live.
That's all right.
and I'll.
Hey, Buford, I'd like you to cut open that watermelon. We'd all like a piece.
Actually, hold on. You see ahead.
You guys
Yeah,
see
we see
ahead.
ahead.
Buford sees melon.
Oh, I know, and I hear him saying that, so I'm like, I want to see you cut open this melon.
Hey, Doc.
Oh,
Buford, what do you do?
Okay.
yeah.
Is
Okay, go over
it
to one table,
possible there's some sort of hallucinogen in the air system?
Let me check.
I haven't cracked my suit though.
Things are getting weird, man.
Wait, so Buford, did you take that pain pill yet?
Yeah. Fine.
I mean, you might be having a reaction to that.
Oh, okay. You don't see a melon.
No.
Thunk,
I
thunk,
mean,
thunk, thunk.
melon in the colloquial sense of sometimes people refer to heads as melons, but yes, we see a head, an android's head.
I'm seeing a melon.
I will take an air sample with the field scanner.
Okay. Air sample seems fine. Buford, what do you do?
Go on. But it's still talking. The melon.
It looks at you, eyes peering at you,
There are eyes in the melon.
popping out of the melon.
Some Cronenberg.
Make a
shit.
sanity check, right?
Yeah, give me a sanity check.
Yeah, sanity check. Oh man. No.
Buford, you okay?
Regular fail or crit fail?
Regular fail.
Oh, please don't panic.
Okay. How many points?
Just one.
Okay. Nuts. Yep, for that pill, I guess. I don't, the melon has eyes. The melon has eyes, sir.
Like what?
It's a head.
this
Of
guy
course it
talking
has
about?
eyes.
What's this guy talking about?
This is a muskmelon. Look, see, it's all nice and smooth around here, thunk, 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 except for right here in the eyes.
So, Buford, when you were in school, did anyone ever use the phrase "you can't handle your shit"? Is that a term that anyone used around you?
I don't want to go on a picnic
Right
with
before
you
they
ever.
fell, yeah. Yes, sir, right before they fell.
Can we get into communication with our ship?
Yeah, let's try that.
So you're going to blow off
Mr.
this
Lark.
melon head thing?
I
Yeah.
can't deal with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Let's try to raise the profit margin.
Mr. Lark, shall I just put the head back in the bag? The melon back in the bag?
Please do.
Okay, put the melon back in the bag and resecure it.
Thank you,
Is it still
Buford.
talking? It's still talking.
Oh wait, Buford, can I try thumping it once to see if it's ripe?
Sure, here you go.
What?
I want to thump him in its like temporal lobe and see if anything happens.
Yeah, you be a flick it. Buford,
Yeah.
you see him go thump, thump, thump. Goes thump, thump, thump.
Yeah, right.
How did that feel, Pandor or Pander?
You don't
You're
hear
talking no
anything.
All right. Oh, yeah, you can put it in the bag.
Buford. PFC, Buford.
Yes,
Why is this man hitting me in the head?
because you look like a melon. Why am I talking to a melon?
Why are you talking to a melon?
Hey,
Put the melon back in the bag. Tie it up. We'll just ignore that for now.
hey, Larry.
That seems like the best course of action
Yes,
right
Tim's.
Can I have another pill?
Have
No.
we been able to
Whispers
raise
into
comms?
Cannot handle your shit.
Have we been able to raise
comms
comms yet?
What'd you say, Agda?
Agda whispers into Lark's ear and says, "Do you need me to disarm Buford?"
Just keep an eye on him, please.
All right.
That's some
Right.
serious shit, Lark, when Agda says that about another Marine.
And I'm going to tell Lark, I know he doesn't like it when I point this at him, but here, and I'll hand the trank gun to Lark.
And meanwhile, I'm slapping the bag saying, "Shut up. Shut up. You're a melon. Shut up."
I will hand the trank gun over to Ogda because I don't want to get beheaded. They have a sort of mice and men relationship that I think we can make use of.
I had the trank gun holstered in such a way that I can easily get around off.
Cool.
I'm telling the bag to shut up.
Yeah, Ogda's a better judge of what's normal for Buford than Lark is.
Jackson,
Ogden-
you hear this? You
Ogden
hear the
at-
scraping, Jackson.
At his weight, probably set it at 7.3.
Okay, Jackson, you hear scraping as they talk about this weird melon thing that they're talking about.
Is it coming from outside the bay or inside?
Yeah, it's coming from outside the bridge, but it seems to be getting closer and closer and louder and louder.
How about close the door?
It's almost as if it's scraping. It's like something scraping along the metal, and it's
All
getting
right, guys,
louder.
we need to jettison this thing now because something's
Louder.
coming.
Louder.
So I go ahead and I turn to
Louder.
the engineering bridge and I open it. I
Can we hear
open
it too?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, everybody hears it.
What are you opening?
I'm going to go ahead and open up the med bay doors, or the bay doors,
The cargo bay?
cargo bay. Yep.
And I'm
Okay.
heading toward the door and pulling out the grenade.
like-
Along with all of the other doors on the main floor, on the first level.
Yep. Everything.
Yeah. But I mean, this thing's on the same deck as us. But yes, please do that.
And do we have?
I've got
do we
my
have
gun
visuals?
pulled at the door, at our door.
Do we have a way to get visual on the cargo bay to see if this thing's actually jettisoned?
Not at the moment, but you can certainly try firing up one of the consoles to see if you can get something to.
Yep.
I'll try that on the console too.
Okay.
The explosives called for?
Let's stick with firearms for now.
Okay.
I made a check. Computers. I got like a 17.
Okay. You managed to get one of the system's surveillance up and going. And as you look on your monitor, you see what appears to be an emaciated hunchback type figure. It's got willowy arms that reside down the length of its form all the way down to the floor. It's got webbed digits with long claws. And then at the top of what would typically be a head or face consists of big eyes and high nostrils with atop an elongated vertical orifice of interlocking bone tipped digits making its way down the hall. And as it makes its way down the hall, it looks at the camera and goes, all right,
Thanks.
so
I'm looking down the
all
hall.
right,
still.
so that's tonight's session of Mothership. Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Awesome.
What will happen next week?
We'll make sanity checks.
At least those of you who are looking at the screen, me and the other Marine are still looking out the door.
That's true. We've got our eyes peeled on the door.
Yep. I'm
I
opening up every door that I could possibly open on our level.
I don't think this ends well for most of us, but I'm looking forward to the Buford and Pander's Head spin-off game.
It'll be
'Cause
fine. It'll be fine.
I think it's going to be like Castaway. He's found his Wilson.
I'm just sitting there on an asteroid.
The sad thing is between the pain pill and the fact that everybody else was taking the extra one from me, I'm only at 4 stress.
I'm at a 6.
I'm at 4. I
Seven.
only got a couple of hits. So.
I'm at a 7.
I'm at 5.
I'm at 7 too.
Perfectly willing to hand out more pain pills. I still got 3 more of them.
Stay alert.
Yeah.
No, just put me to sleep if I don't have to look at whatever that thing is.
Well, Ogden has a trank gun now.
It's getting pretty tense there towards the end.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It's another day on the Alexis.
Alexis.
I don't like this ship.
I wanted us to leave,
We tried.
but people were getting all beheady.
We should have just jumped for the ship from the airlock.
I didn't have a back suit.
You can get one.
I
We
think
wait.
it's got a good like hour of air. I just don't know how well it deals with, no atmosphere.
It's not so much the air that I was worried about. It's just not back rated, so I'm not sure how well that would. Like, hey guys, look, explosive decompression's a thing.
Hey, at least you didn't die from any kind of bugs.
Yet.
Oh goodness! Thank you for running, Sean.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
I hope it's hope it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Good.
Very
good,
much.
good. All right. Well, stay tuned for next week, and then we'll find out what happens after
A week after next, right?
the week after next. Thank you, yes, Curtis, to see what happens after this. What lurks out behind the door of the bridge.
The next session is only 10 minutes long, so
Oh man,
Are you able to tell-
come on, man.
Well, no, because what happens is I blow my my sanity check. Everyone else gets another point of stress. Somebody goes into panic mode, and then everything just falls apart from there.
that's right.
Once
So
if a
whenever a
marine
marine panics, yeah.
The Marines
a fear save.
panic and throw grenades everywhere.
Was I able to tell what corridor that thing was in, or was it just as soon as I turned it on, here's a hallway with
There's only one
whatever?
corridor to the bridge.
So I do know it's on the corridor to the
There's
bridge.
only one road to the bridge.
Cool.
Yeah, it's all good. You guys are good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Ogden's got a whole bandolier of grenades.
You got two Marines. One is on the level. The other one's gone bye-bye, but you're good.
Other
It's all good.
Grenades on a spaceship. What can go wrong?
I'm afraid what he's
Yeah.
going to think the grenades are if he thinks the head is a melon.
Pomegranates.
Here, have one.
Eat it! Eat it!
Hey, let me pull the stem off first.
Delicious fruit salad.
Well, I'm going to stop the stream. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Twitch. Appreciate it. I don't know how many people are, currently watching, but nonetheless, thanks, everybody, for joining. We'll see you in a couple weeks on Thursday, 2 weeks from now, Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time, U.S., and we'll have these yahoos. We'll see what happens to them. Who knows?
Live stream.
Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.